I remember watching the teaser trailer for this thinking, wow, this would be interesting to play. Little did I know, 12 years later, I would be finally reviewing that game. This is Cyberpunk 2077. Don't go away. So let's start right away by saying I'm playing on version 2.2. Now that is important. Everyone and their dog knows the release date for Cyberpunk in 2020 was absolutely insane. Even people who don't play games was talking to me about it, about how bad the release date was. Bad enough that PlayStation pulled it from its PS4 stores. They literally said, stop giving us money. That's how bad the release was. That's why I'm saying I played this on version 2.2. This is my first playthrough I've ever done, and it's very important because the patches have been abundant. Look at these patches, man. So what is Cyberpunk? Right off the bat, Cyberpunk gives you an interesting choice. Although all storylines sort of have the same middle and end, the way you start the game and some tiny little, choice dialogue options throughout the way have differences in what you choose to start as. Start as a corporate leader type person, start as a street kid, a poor peasant on the streets, or start as a nomad outside the city limits. Personally, for me, this game is such about Night City and the world it builds. I feel like street kid and corpo are the really only two options, but playing as a nomad I could easily see. For me personally, I went with street kid.
Mega tower. Luxurious.
And I didn't know anything about this game coming in. You see Keanu Reeves on the cover. What character is he going to play? What role is he going to play? He actually plays a big role, but as a character that, in a way that I didn't expect it to. The premise of the story is pretty darn cool. You play as V, a mercenary for hire. Someone hires you to do this job. Go grab this shard in Arasaka Tower. When you show up, the plan goes to hell, like almost all plans in this game. And what ends up happening is you witness something you were definitely not supposed to witness. Arasaka Jr. kills Arasaka Sr. Huge scandal, as Arasaka Jr. Covers it up. So while you bust out of there with the shard, the only way to put it is in your own little shard space, so you put it in there. But what you didn't know is this is actually an extremely special kind of shard. In Cyberpunk's world in the 2020s, a guy named Johnny Silverhand tried to bomb and nuke Arasaka Tower. This guy is played by Keanu Reeves.
I might even laugh if it didn't hurt so much.
Listen, I know things. Where we can save your life. Who can help us do that? You'll get rid of the chip. I'll smash Sokka. Win-win, kid. Soul Killer's what we need, and Makoshi's how we grab it.
Long story short, there's two people in the same body. Think of Johnny Silverhand as a virus slowly eating away at V's brain, eventually going to take control unless you find a way to stop it. It's like a parasite in your body. You can see him, you can hear him, but nobody else can. And I'll straight up say it, I think Johnny Silverhand is probably my favorite part of the game.
Like the sum for it.
You got it with you?
He's got to. Gonk's fucking useless without him.
So while you're traversing around the world trying to figure out how to get Johnny out of your head, you'll meet other characters as well. You can meet Panam out in the Nomad Badlands. You can meet Judy, who's in this kind of the street kid area. There's also Takamura, who's part of the Arasaka Corp world. And of course, there are tons and tons of minor characters. Now, the main story here is actually much shorter than I thought. I might have came in here with some skewed expectations of having like a 40-hour main story, but at the 25-hour mark, I got the message on screen saying, hold up, player. If you start this mission, this activates endgame. Make sure you complete all side gigs and anything you want to wrap up before going here. And I was like, really? This is the end? But that's really just playing through the main story and doing some of the side stuff. If you really focus on the side stuff, there is so much to see. Who knows what you'll find is what you'll see when you track something on your map. Because truly, anything can happen. Between the main missions, the side missions, the gigs, the cyber psycho kills, random jobs you'll pick up throughout the world, hell, you can even compete in street races.
Too late to back out anyway. Strap in, pray to your gods, and get ready to go for pay dirt. 3, 2.
This is like the most streamlined and efficient open world exploration that I've ever played. Huge compliment there. Now it's like, okay, yeah, it's easier for Cyberpunk to do that than other open world like fantasy games because it's a city. You know, you could have like a mission per every block, and you can't really have that in an open world fantasy game. But I still give credit for Cyberpunk. They really mastered the 40-second open world rule, if you're not aware. I believe The Witcher 3 started this, but the 40-second open world rule is placing the character at any point in the map, make him walk north, south, east, west, and within 40 seconds, you should be able to pass by some sort of marker on the map. So I really shouldn't be surprised that the same company who did The Witcher 3 followed up with a great open world exploration here in Cyberpunk. I really do mean anything can happen on these side missions. The one that comes to mind is just randomly walking around, and I found this gun. It's a talking gun, but it also is very funny.
Fuck?
Increasing volume by 33%. New fingerprints detected.
What the hell are you?
What is this?
User inquiry. Technical specifications. Objections found.
Can I change your name?
No.
Why not? Considering I'm your new owner.
Increasing volume by 300%. No! Administrator rights are needed to complete that action. You do not have the required permissions.
You still got all your functions.
Running system diagnostics. Testing will take approximately 47 seconds. Bum, bum, be-dum, bum,
What-
bum, be-dum,
What are you
bum.
doing?
I'm making the wait more pleasant with a soothing melody. Bum, bum, be-dum, be-dum, bum.
But no more talk of the story and how to get from point A to point B. Let's talk physically playing the game. At first, it's clunkier than I would expect for a AAA title. You know, I don't know. There's something up with the movement over time and unlocking dashes and stuff. I really got into it. But I have an interesting comparison here. Listen to this. I kind of compare Cyberpunk to Dishonored.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Mostly in the sense that the tagline for Dishonored of play your own way can, for my opinion, be completely transferred over to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077, play your own way. Whether you're all about stealth, melee, range kills, shotgun up close kills, SMG or assault rifle builds, you can really hone in on your style of play. And it's well balanced. Stealthing feels really good to stealth in this game. Full out assault feels really good to full out assault. Sweet dreams. Hell, you can even have a samurai build, throwing knives and a katana. That is fully doable here. And the skill tree really lets you double down on these playstyles. The skill tree is separated into a few categories, and it gives you a little synopsis inside of what these do. There's skill trees that help you enhance your handgun and sniper gameplay, skill trees that help you enhance your shotgun gameplay, skill trees that enhance your hacking capabilities, which is another huge part to combat here. So this is for sniper rifles. What's the shotgun one? Body? LMG. Improves your proficiency with shotguns, LMGs, and blunt weapons. So body and pool I should upgrade. Hacking and stealth lets you ping enemies so you can see, basically it's like a recon beacon. Or if you're in combat, short circuit them, overheat them. You can even make them turn friendly and shoot their own allies. You can even have their gun malfunction and they'll disarm it, just for them to pull out a same gun. What? What happened to your weapon, buddy? Pulled another one out? There's no way. You pulled out a higher rarity one. My build personally was a focus on the handgun and sniper skill tree with a small focus on the hacking and shotgun side. I just love to stealth in this game with my silenced pistol and then my sniper for range. I could just rip headshots. In particular, slowing down time while aiming with a handgun or sniper was great. At later parts of the game, I started aiming around with testing out some, assault rifles to see what they're about. And not having the slow down time was something I was not used to. But you know what really enhances combat? You know, I've said for a long time on this channel, music enhances scenes. Change the music and the whole scene can change. And Cyberpunk has some great action soundtracks. And I will say that is surprising. You know, I will be honest, a lot of action games I play generally either just no soundtrack or a soundtrack, but it's getting washed down by the combat you see on screen. Cyberpunk's action gameplay totally kicks up the vibe. It's total adrenaline. It's like you want to run outside at 100 miles an hour listening to this. I will never stop defending that music can enhance scenes so much. Here's a scene of Cyberpunk's gameplay with the soundtrack. And here's that exact same scene, but with the music turned off.
Gonna rip your fucking head off!
Not nearly as good, I'm afraid to say.
As far as the rest of presentation goes for Cyberpunk 2077, look around. You're in Night City, what I will call the most alive city I've ever seen. You could genuinely just spawn in the game anywhere in Night City and just walk down a sidewalk or a street, and it seems so crazily alive. A truly fleshed out world with like small things that you wouldn't even like expect, like watching advertisements on a TV. I think one of the moments that generally impressed me in Cyberpunk as like wow, the devs did that. I did a mission once for a guy named River where I just rescued a guy from this like barnyard, and a few missions later I was going up this elevator to do another mission, and I was watching the news on the side in game, and it was talking about the mission I completed with River, about how we rescued this guy, and I was like, what the hell? The newscast in game is keeping up with the story.
The story of the teens abducted by Anthony Harris, known also as Peter Pan, has reached a happy ending. Thanks to an anonymous
You know what's crazy? I literally, I did
to
this
reach them in time. The rescued teens remain in critical but stable condition. Harris held the boys aged between 13 and
Voice
18
acting is very, very strong, especially mostly with V, the main character, and Johnny Silverhand.
What good's a motel in the middle of nowhere? I'll tell you who sleeps here. Fucking losers, that's...
Yep. Just two fucking losers. And I thought we were screwed when...
I think that one of my favorite reasons why I actually really like Johnny Silverhand is the way he talks. I know it's Keanu Reeves and he has a ton of experience with acting, but it's just great scenes.
Still feel like you can't breathe in here?
Nah, not saying it's great, but it's different. Sometimes when I wake up, feels like I'm back for a while.
What do you mean, back?
Well, like I got this body to myself, like I'm free. Seconds later, feels like I'm missing something really important. Then I realize you're there, always were, and this stupid wave of relief washes over me.
Even beyond the two main characters, I think the dialogue is well written for basically everyone.
We did not give you even a glass of water. Unacceptable. Inhumane. That is not me. You will see the difference. I will give you full buckets.
No, no need.
The weapon designs deserve a shout out here. I would find it very hard to find someone who played through Cyberpunk 2077 and at one point didn't say, oh wow, I really liked this gun during my playthrough. The game is super generous with its loot. It is a tiered system of like common, rare, legendary, then the orange ones are like the super epic versions. But it's not like other games where you'll find maybe 3 or 4 super duper quad epic weapons throughout your gameplay. You'll find like at least 100 super weapons very easily. I think my favorite weapon would have to be Johnny Silverhand's like revolver pistol. It has a fire melee system built in, and its reload, the reload animation is so cool.
Love you, Spider.
This gun is literally crazy.
Unit down! Take cover!
And as far as customization goes for your character, I mean, creating your character, yeah, really great and everything, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's a first-person game. You literally never, ever see your character unless you specifically go to a mirror and you click to interact with it. Like, there's a lot of customization with your hat, and you can change your pants, shoes, glasses, whatever you want to do. A lot of items in world to find. Really doesn't matter. And not only that, some of the options are kind of trash. So Cyberpunk 2077, I'm in a weird spot with Cyberpunk, and it feels illegal. It feels super illegal to give Cyberpunk 2077 version 2.2 anything below an 8 on any category. But I also feel like I can't justify giving it a 9 or higher. Cyberpunk does some great things, but nothing that blew me out of the way. The story is great and I like the characters, but I'll arguably only ever remember Johnny Silverhand and probably V, maybe Takamura in a few years when I look back. And the gameplay, nothing really blew me out of the water. Everything seems pretty, not average. I think everything's above average for Cyberpunk, and it's a game I would definitely recommend, but a 9 out of 10, with my early parallel with Dishonored, I think to myself, would I rather play Cyberpunk or Dishonored? It's Dishonored, and I made that decision really super quick. What I think Cyberpunk will be remembered for is Night City. I think Night City is Cyberpunk 2077's calling card. Whether it was walking the streets at night or watching it from afar outside of the city limits, that I think is what I'll remember Cyberpunk for. And I have this weird feeling that in a few years, I might look back at this game and think, wow, I should have gave that a higher score.
Woman once told me I have sexy calves.
That's it?
Just like her boyfriend's. Before he lost his legs in the war.
Yikes.
Because a feeling I can't describe into words is that at the 25-hour mark, when I had that chance to finish the game off, start doing this, finish up your stuff, do the finished story, go on to the next game, yada yada. I ended up spending actually an extra 15 hours in game, doing everything I possibly could. Every time I booted up the game, I knew that I had to meet Hanako at Embers to basically wrap the game, and I said to myself, well, okay, I'll do it next time. Next time I play Cyberpunk, I'll finish the game. Next time. And it kept dragging out until I finally finished up all the side things I wanted to do, and then finished the story. And that's always a good sign of a game.
You find out what it is you need to do. Which is? You gonna tell me? You've never backed down from anything in your life. Even when you maybe should have. You go through Night City knowing a stray bullet could end you while hailing a cab. But that's never stopped you from taking action. Going where you needed to go.
For a solid rating though, for Cyberpunk 2077, it's 8.6 out of 10. So that's it, Cyberpunk 2077. As you may be able to tell, this is the Phantom Liberty edition. I only play the DLCs if I like the main game enough, and frankly, I do like the game enough, so I will play the Phantom Liberty DLC. Probably not right away, I'll probably take a little bit of a break, play a couple games in between, and then I'll go back to Phantom Liberty and see what that's all about. But for now, I'm your host, Cyberpunk Entertainment. I hope you enjoy this review. Peace out.
You've got an hour to get out of Night City and never look back.
Oh, my sweet fucking Jesus! Thank you! I knew you could.
Shut the fuck up. I wasn't finished. If I ever see your face again, I'll gut you.
What is up? I know what you're thinking. You're only here for the bonus Easter egg soundtrack I put in at the end of every video. But did you also know I have a donation page under Buy Me a Coffee? Donate whatever you want to my channel and I'll put half that back to an environmental charity. So that's that. Enjoy the music. Peace out.